Over the last 7 years, Joey, Mum, Benny, Tommy and myself have dug a lot of holes like this one, just understanding the environment out here in the desert, dealing with the temperature fluctuations has been such an awesome understanding, getting us prepared and getting us used to the kind of infrastructure that we are going to have to be required to get our hands on to deal with the changing environment around the planet. These holes here are being built for our Federation Earth Village, for our beautiful domes and spherical designed infrastructure, which we're hoping to implement just not on a local level but on national and on an international level if needed. Climate change around the planet is affecting each and every region differently. Due to the global warming, precipitation obviously goes up, which means there's going to be extra water, extra flooding in certain environments. Some places are going to get drier as the moisture gets sucked out of the environment. Some places get windier with hurricane and tornado intensive winds causing all sorts of dramas. Earthquake intensities will increase and frequencies will increase, and certainly volcanic activity could increase. Our ice is melting in our regions, South Pole and our North Pole, including Greenland and all mountain glacier regions. So that melted ice has to go somewhere. It'll change the salinity of our oceans, more importantly alter our worldwide currents, in particular that mid-Atlantic current. If that current stops or changes, we can look at an abrupt change in our weather system and a possible ice age for that area up there in the northern hemisphere. We all need to change our ways, change our lifestyle for the future. We need to change our infrastructure. The infrastructure that exists today in our cities and our townships is not suited for the future, and that's why here at Earth Sanctuary we've been developing over the last 7 years a variety of infrastructure which hopefully will deal with the future changes in the Earth's climate. We're doing this for not just our family but for our community and for our nation, and also for our international brothers and sisters. This is a concept that is free for all people and all governments around the world who want to get behind it. We are more than happy to invite inventors right around the planet to get involved and submit their ideas and concepts to help us in our understanding of dealing with a sustainable village. This will be a 12-volt village, so all our infrastructure needs to be a 12-volt source, and we're dealing with this beautiful stuff here. Our lovely sand should be put into sandbags and built up around the villages themselves. We know that we need to deal with flooding, we need to deal with earthquakes, we need to deal with very intensive winds. We've got two horticultural sections of the domes here, so we can all get used to growing our own food. As our environment changes, our biggest problem that we foresee is food. We're going to get food to people, and the only way that we can guarantee that is if we grow it ourselves, and that goes for water as well. We need to start becoming more independent in catching our own water and understanding the basic elements of this planet that we require to survive, being obviously water, air and soil. So we need to get back to that. There's going to be some great changes in the future. We need to understand our past as much as understanding our future. We need to understand of what has occurred in the past on two levels, on an environmental level and on an origins level for mankind. We can only hope that people understand the understanding that we live in a multi-dimensional environment. Here we call the universe the multiverse, because it's not our concept of a three-dimensional universe that we've so long held on to, which really is going to become redundant. We live in a multi-dimensional environment, and a variety of personalities, creatures and species, if you like, live within those dimensions. Civilizations have existed for eons throughout the galaxy, And we're now coming into a time where our conscious is growing and awakening to such a point where we are now freely welcoming those concepts and understanding that we're not alone in the universe, and that we have a wonderful ancestral linkage to our civilizations in the stars, particularly that of the Pleiadian and the Syrian cultures and Andromedan. So as soon as we can open up those concepts and understand that we have a wonderful galactic family, we can also move into the realms of that wonderful age of Aquarius and an age of enlightenment. I can only hope those people, and I hope you're listening, members of the United Nations and members of governments throughout the world who have long kept this information away from people. I think it's certainly time that we bring forth this sort of data and intelligence so people can be brought back to their birthright as who they are. It's very important that we understand our connection to the Earth and understand our connection to the galaxy and to the civilizations that are up and beyond. We are, and our civilization and our generation particularly, really need a boost. We need a kickstart in the heart to make sure that our civilization can survive what could be an enormous calamity for our civilization if we don't get our infrastructure and our minds around the concept of climate change. It is imperative, and we here at the Federation, our communications group, hold no grudges for any organisations, shadowy governments, members of the United Nations who have held this kind of information away from the people. We can understand it's been a difficult time for lots of people who've understood that craft and ships, entities are alive and well throughout our atmosphere and have been for some time. But it's now getting to that point that we really need to address the issue and make sure that our children can understand exactly where we're from, because we need this connection, and it's very, very important that we get through it. I really feel for the people who've had to hold onto this information personally into their chest. I'm sure you're going through a difficult time just knowing that we as a race and as a people have derived from star people, and those people are back engineering and dealing with data and technologies for themselves. We just need to send you love and all our good wishes to try and hope that you can see what we can see, and that this information and this knowledge is like an orphan child finding their parents again, and it's very, very important for all of us to understand that where we're from. It's just imperative for this connection to take place so we can get on and have a loving, peaceful society and great civilization for all. So, so if you're listening out there, people in the UN, US government, military governments in the United States of America, and any of those organisations who can help bring forth this great information and bring us back to our ancestral galactic family, that'd be just magnificent. Anyway, this is the countdown to 2012. It's going to be an awesome time for everyone. I hope your preparation for climate change is underway. Remember, here we've got 6 areas that we always need to look at. We must look at your water. Make sure you're independent with your water. Get that supply into your house wherever you can. Food is another imperative area. Start looking at what your family require in the event of an environmental or social disruption. Look at utilities. Look at the energy that your utilities draw. Make sure that if power does go down, let's look at some utilities that can certainly help you out of a pickle. Shelter, which is what I'm working on here. We're looking at some greater infrastructure, domes and spherical designed infrastructure to get us through this period of climate change. So whatever you can do there, and obviously and well-being. Well-being is very important. That's just getting back to yourself. This is about motivation for who you are. We reckon you're all a bunch of champions, and you are a champion. You're a legend. There is no one else on this planet like you. There's that great saying, if you're not yourself, you're nobody. There can't be anything more that rings true. So be yourself, find that great connection in your heart, and once you start finding that self-respect, then hopefully that respect will radiate from you, and that can go out to all our brothers and sisters on this wonderful, wonderful planet of ours.